Guys, welcome back to Camille's Corner. So y'all, Nicki Minaj has finally addressed the behavior of some of her toxic fans, and I wanted to talk about it because I've been talking about the barbz behavior a lot myself. Okay, I'm always saying that they're the most toxic fan base of any celebrity ever, and they prove it time and time again. I've experienced it firsthand. I'm a celeb commentary channel, and it goes with the territory that people are not always going to agree with what you have to say. But out of all the celebrities that I've talked about on my channel, that fan base is the only one I've ever gotten death threats from. It's just crazy the things people do when they don't like your opinion. And I've always said that Nicki's silence encourages it because everybody sees it. The barbz antics make headline news, y'all. So she sees it. And she can't control what crazy people on the internet do in her name, but she can make it clear that she doesn't support it. But the fact that she never really did that made them feel like they had her blessing, so they continued to attack and bully everybody. Y'all just go to any random Nicki Minaj fan page and see the kind of stuff they post. Okay, her fan pages post more about other rap girls than her. They're always attacking everybody else instead of supporting her. And that's what I've always said. Her fan base focuses on the wrong things. So to see her finally come out and address it, it was refreshing. So someone asked her why she's over on TikTok and she's not engaging as much with her fans on Twitter. And she said because Twitter isn't fun anymore. And the barbs there are just going back and forth with people talking about her ups all day. Then she said she would be unfollowing her fan pages if they're posting and talking about other people. And I agree with that. Because why do you have a fan page for a celebrity, but all you do is post hate about other celebrities? You should be posting things to support your faves. So I think her addressing it was long overdue, but I don't think it will make any difference, okay? Because at the end of the day, she can't control what millions of fans choose to do. But at least she addressed it and she let it be known that she does not support that kind of behavior. But y'all, one person was not here for it, okay? Rolling Ray had a lot to say, and I have to say I agree with him. One thing he said was that Nicki calling out her own fan base now, it is a bit hypocritical because she contributed to how they behave. She enabled them for years. Like, y'all, there were times I could remember where she legit directed her fans to go harass people. Or she said nothing when she saw them bullying people. I remember when she had that lawsuit with Tracy Chapman over using a sample of her song. And barbz went to Tracy Chapman's page. And mind you, y'all, Tracy Chapman is almost 60 years old. But they went to this woman's page and they told her stuff like she looks like a man and she's irrelevant. And they just subjected that woman to the most ridiculous amount of hate, all because she didn't approve Nicki to use a sample of her song. And I remember at that time she had tweeted about it saying that it was unacceptable what they were doing. They were all in her DMs cursing her out. And Nicki said nothing about it. This had been going on for days and I never saw Nicki say, hey, this is not okay for y'all to be attacking this woman on my behalf. And there was another time that Nicki's phone number apparently got leaked and some people added her to a group chat. And she felt like they were out of line, which they were. But she decided to go to Twitter and post the phone numbers of everybody in that chat and literally told the barbz to go attack them. And I looked at that like, so a fan got a hold of her number and added her to a group chat. And she responds by making everybody's phone numbers public and telling her fans to go attack them. So Nicki has weaponized her own fan base because she knows that's what they do and she uses it conveniently to her advantage. There's a lot more examples I can think of, but I think I made my point. So when Rolling Ray said she contributed to the way they behave, he told the truth. And I always like to use Selena Gomez as an example because Selena has a really passionate fan base too. And there was a point that her fans would be harassing Justin Bieber and his wife because they felt like they were sticking up for her. And she shut that down right away. She came out and she said, no, don't be attacking people on my behalf. And if you know the type of person I am, you would know that I'm not okay with that. So she made it very clear that she was not supporting that kind of behavior. And I've seen other celebrities check their fans when they're doing too much. I've seen Cardi B literally curse her fans out. A lot of celebs are not afraid to check their fans when they feel it's necessary. But Nicki sat by silently and she said nothing for the most part while her fans were doxing and threatening and bullying people in her name. and she directed them to attack people when it suited her. So I think her checking her fans now, it's because she realizes that their behavior isn't benefiting her at the end of the day. The fans that show up to attack, they don't show up to stream and support her music. And her recent music didn't do too well. And I think if you have a fan base that's willing to threaten and dox people for you, they should be supporting your music just as passionately. And they just aren't doing that. So at this point, the drama is overshadowing the music, and I think Nicki realizes that. So I like that she finally addressed it, but I feel like she needs to take responsibility for her part in it too. Now, I also like to point out hypocrisy, and y'all know I have an issue with the girl that does the black tea blog. I think she is one of the toxic barbs that Nicki was talking about. So I watched her video on the same topic, and she's there like, yes, there are barbs who are toxic, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but you're one of them. She's constantly attacking Cardi B because she feels like Cardi B is Nicki's competition. She's constantly comparing them. Everything Cardi B does, she runs to go make a video to put a negative spin on it. Y'all, Cardi B could cough and Black Tea Blog will make a video saying, is Cardi B the reason we're in a pandemic right now? Like, it's ridiculous. Okay, and she calls herself a barb, but she really is running a Cardi B hate blog. Y'all, I remember when Up debuted at number 2, she made a video saying Up flopped. And I was like, how is number 2 a flop? And then the song went number 1 and it was crickets from her. And my thing with blogs like that is you can like who you like. We all have our favorites. We all have people whose music we enjoy and people whose music we don't like. But it's one thing to criticize someone's music or their behavior and a whole other thing to harass them. I've seen Black Tea Blog with my own 2 eyes tagging Cardi B on social media, telling her that her fans doxed her. And I'm like, do you tag Nicki Minaj on social media when her fans are doing these things? In her video, she says you can't be sure that the people acting a fool are real Nicki fans. But then when people act a fool in Cardi B's name, you make videos bashing her for it. So how do you blame Cardi B for her fans' behavior, but you excuse Nicki when her fans are doing the most? And people are watching this girl and taking her seriously. Y'all, the hypocrisy is just amazing to me because she's exactly the type of barb that Nicki was talking about. And I mean, if you call yourself a barb blog, why are you even so focused on what Cardi B is doing? Why are you not putting your energy into promoting your favorite artist? You post more about her so-called ups than you do about the person you're a fan of. And that's exactly what Nicki was saying in her tweet. When she said she was going to unfollow fan pages who talk about other people, I feel like Black Tea Blog is one of those fan pages because that's all she does. So I feel like that message went right over Black Tea Blog's head. She's there talking about toxic barbs, but she's not realizing she's one of the biggest ones because she has a platform. And she uses it more to attack Nicki's competition than to support Nicki. It's all just very hypocritical to me, and it's hilarious watching her talk about the behavior of toxic barbs when she's like the ringleader of them. But like I said, y'all, I like that Nicki finally addressed it. But I mean, let's be real, okay? The barbs are who they are and they will not stop. And it's just unfortunate because their behavior is reflecting on Nicki and it's making her look bad. They're actually making people dislike Nicki. Y'all, barbs instigate a lot of stuff. You can go to any female rapper's comment section right now, and I guarantee you they're there being messy and trying to stir up drama. Last night, I was watching Megan Thee Stallion's live before her music video release, and in the comments on that live stream, there were hundreds of people putting up unicorns and Nicki is better comments. It's like no other female rapper is allowed to shine without the barbs coming in and trying to make it all about Nicki. And people are getting tired of it and they're disliking Nicki because of it. Because they think she condones it. So the barbs think they're helping Nicki, but they're not. Anyway, y'all, the Migos dropped their album Culture 3 last night. And when I tell y'all, I stayed up all night listening and they did not disappoint. I loved the track with Cardi B. I loved that she sent some shots because people are always dissing her in their music. I like that she's hitting back. Especially the line about as soon as people start doing bad, they need something to blame it on. Because it's true. There's been a lot of excuses lately for people's music not performing well. People saying they had no promo, no TikTok, no playlisting, all of that. Every time a song doesn't do well, it's another excuse. When really it's because the fans are too focused on bashing the competition instead of supporting the music. So I loved that line because it was true. And there were a bunch of new releases last night from Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, Nicki, Cupcake, Dream Doll, Rico Nasty. Last night was a great night for music, okay? Everybody dropped something. But the songs that stood out to me were Cardi B's track with the Migos and Rico Nasty's track with Juicy J. Y'all, Megan's video, I have no words, okay? People are saying there was a whole concept and a message she was sending with that stunt at the end. But I guess it flew right over my head because I just thought it was gimmicky and I did not like it. Who else? Nicki's song, it was all right, but it's not something I would put on my playlist. It was a bit boring to me. Dream Doll, I try to get into her music, but I just can't. That song, it did nothing for me. And Cupcake just put out another diss track, and it seems like every song she releases now is a diss track to other female rappers. It was interesting the first couple of times, but now it's getting old, so hers was my least favorite. Doja Cat was more like a kind of pop song, but I guess it was okay. Y'all, let me know what you think of all the new music and what do you think of Nicki addressing her toxic fans. Let me know in the comments. Bye, guys, and thanks for watching.